Wait, before you guys go to the reaction here and watch the sweatiest reaction literally I have ever done before, just so you guys know, these One Piece reactions will be larger but less from now on. You're gonna get one every Saturday. They're gonna be larger, sometimes on Wednesdays as well, but just so you know, they're going to be 3-4 episodes, less videos in general, but larger episodes. If you guys do want to watch these early and uncut, now is the time to join the patreon.com/ajrich123. You get 3 to 4 episodes a week uncut over on there, along with Hunter x Hunter, which I am binging right now, along with all the other reactions. My Hero Academia is coming out soon, a ton of new stuff. Definitely go pledge over there if you haven't. Lots of good stuff over there. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. But yeah, this is Future AJ. This is one of my favorite episodes. I think in my top 3 you're about to watch. Get ready for sweat, going from just normal to sweaty as hell by the end of it. It's a fun one. Let's go ahead and start. Yeah, they're kind of all missing their heads and bodies. I'm guessing it's not done, like they're not completely dead until the entire body is vanished. You would think their bodies would be like, if they're completely dead or gone, they would drop, because, you know, how are they still standing if they're half gone like that? Random pirate ship? Oh, they all got their shadows back, huh? There was a lot more pirates that were just kind of stranded or not being able to do things during the day. For years, that's gotta have been torture, though. Realizing how many people Moria's ability affected is kind of crazy when you think about the amount. This is at West Blue. Yeah, it affected everybody everywhere. I actually was thinking a lot of them would have been stranded there, but it looks like a lot of them that got their shadows taken away. Well, I'm sure he's been doing it for a long time, so possibly other places he traveled, he had done this to other people as well. Maybe not just on that, obviously not just on that island. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry, that took a second. Okay, so the shadow that was stolen, that was put in you know, the blonde girl, that was put in her, actually, that's why she hated plates. And that's why, okay. So a lot of the mannerisms and the actual things that was happening and the personality was coming from the shadow. And I think that was probably one of the more confusing parts of it when it came to personalities. I knew it had to have been a combination, because we had the shadows, but then we had the zombies as well, like the zombie bodies. And I thought maybe at least part of their personality from the zombie themselves had to have been there, you know? But yeah, that plates thing, now that makes complete sense. Something to do, okay, from a maid that acted like that. Okay, everything's coming together here. I was wondering why it was like showing a couple random people like this, but that long without your shadow, though, is ridiculous. Well, they were kind of half dead. Of course, because there's got to be simps in heaven, right? Well, everything seemed to work out. Moria really did ruin a lot of people's lives for way longer than you would really think. Oh, I don't know if I would call that fun. It seemed very much the opposite. Yeah, when was the last time he refueled? And like usual, they've ruined another island Not necessarily of their own accord here, but it looks like that. They seem to leave islands completely annihilated and destroyed. They always need some type. They need a cleanup crew to islands they go to. Yeah, what are they gonna do now? I think it's a little too late for that. You're kind of in that place of your life, and their days might be numbered if they approach them. I think for what they were given there, I think they did pretty well. We've seen a lot of them fight together in the last arc, but I think they fought pretty brilliantly together. Even if some of them did get defeated. It's the same. It's the old guy from the beginning of the arc, right? He's got to be happier than most of them for sure. Though he would fit in with the zombies. Well, that's why they relied on Luffy. Not that they had much of a choice. Well, for living there for so long, they must have gathered some resources. Oh. Oh, man. She definitely got her shadow back. I wonder... I wonder if she sees like Absalom or whatever, that guy, if she's gonna still want to try to marry him, even with her shadow back as as normal as you're gonna get person. It's funny to see where all those personalities come from, though. Oh shit! I was remembering that he was still there, and then I forgot it this episode. God damn it. And he watched the entire thing, too. Luffy can't fight. They're all worn out. This is what I was worried about a couple episodes ago. Yeah. You can feel the strength coming from him. It might just be his big, intimidating figure, but... See, these people that you're supposed to fear, these warlords, they're 7. They have a big title. You know shit's going down when they're there. If they just get defeated super easily like this by the Straw Hats, people that they're trying to go after, that means they won't be seen as a threat. That means that they'll order might be a little bit, there might be more chaos in the world because their control, they might lose a bit of their control. It would be very, very bad of them for that to happen. So I understand why they wouldn't want one of the warlords to be defeated like this. And they're big when any random pirate knows their name. Oh! Kill everybody but the Straw Hats? Or, everybody! Oh, shit! Oh, no! No witnesses. This might have to be a Zoro fight. I have a really bad feeling, though. Zoro's fought at a disadvantage many times. This is not a fight he can be at a disadvantage. This tired, this worn out. Oh yeah, that shit too! I'm wondering what the full extreme of his ability is. Like, he can warp, he can teleport. Like, that's what it seems like. Literally, the gloves are off. I mean, that's how you know you're fucked. This is, oh, Jesus. I knew he was big, but holy shit. It's either that or extreme speed, but that you can't see with the human eye. That's my other theory, but either way, it's damn OP. Oh, I thought he was gonna teleport them or whatever, like make them disappear, vanish them, whatever he's doing. This is such bullshit. When Zoro's is intimidated and not being able to move, you know shit's bad. God, I could feel the intensity and just their entire tense situation from here. This is not the normal, like, okay, this is gonna be tough, but this feels a lot like when they had to go, you know, when Robin got frozen and it was an automatic quick loss with them when they ran into another warlord. It feels the same, except they were never in fear of death there. Like here, he just got the okay to kill them, to all of them, obviously. And I feel like it's an absolute possibility for them to get absolutely wrecked, because there's no, even with, like I said, Zoro's strength, even if he was at 100% right now, I would still be as worried. Like I'm, oh God, this is goddamn tense. The thing I think I want to figure out is the full extent of Kuma's ability. Because I have a lot of theories, and I was talking about this when he was introduced a few episodes ago, about we saw him make that girl disappear completely. It seemed either like, this is my theory, either she's being like, he can teleport people because it's like a poof vanish. So my first thought is she's being teleported somewhere, or poof, because it's like a poof. So like teleported somewhere. Either that, or could it be to just another place? Could it be another, like, a dimension he's creating? Could it be just a random spot in general? Or is it? I don't want to think the extreme, like, oh poof, they're dead, because it just, I don't know. I can't really count that out. But it just, maybe it was just the noise and the sound it makes. It didn't feel like that, but you know, sometimes the sounds aren't going to really mean what they do. But just from what I observed, I don't think that's the actual outcome. It seems more like a teleporting, like teleporting someone somewhere else or putting them in a different space. The way he moves and moves around in general makes me think it's either he's warping or it's extreme speed that you can't see with the human eye. It's one or the other there. But who knows what else he can do? The way we just saw, the way he attacked, which seemed to be some type of like extreme energy from the hand, like motion. He doesn't seem to be I want to say is like hand-to-hand combat. We just saw more. He wasn't punching. It seemed more like a wave type thing. But with this little information, I'm not going to be able to tell. But let's go ahead and go to the next one. Yeah, they're in trouble. And he seems 1,000 times stronger than Moria, at least in the, I don't know, maybe that's just his style of attacking, but it just seems more, I don't know, just better in general. Are you kidding me? He looks way more intimidating. Like, way more. I don't like this matchup. Normally, every other matchup, well, with the exception of way early on, Zoro got completely slaughtered. early on in the series, but I don't like this one. This one feels, that was another warlord. This one does not feel good. I don't know if they're talking about everybody. That's exactly what happens. Like through this, it seems like every time they get in a bad spot, like every time they get in a bad area like this, he says it rains, it pours. Yes, like every time something small bad happens, and everything. It's one thing you defeated something. Oh, okay, that was just a little sprinkle. Then boom, and there's a freaking water storm on your face. That seems to be One Piece. Same ability he just did. That was weird. That was like a bubble hand. Oh, like a paw. He has like a paw on his hand. Well, I guess his name is Kuma, so makes sense. You don't want to make him very angry. How many bad bear jokes can I think of? Oh, so that's... But how is he doing the other things he was doing? Teleporting, sending people away, or making them disappear? Per Lord. How many times can he use that attack? You could, in theory, rip people apart with that, with enough pressure. He's doing the sumo wrestler move. Reminds me of like E Honda 1,000 hands. Except with paws. I know they could be considered like cat paws, but with the name Kuma, I just think bear. They have no chance, like I thought. He's not used to losing, but it's got to be a similar feeling to when he lost way earlier in the show. That did fucking nothing. Oh, or he did. He repelled the attack. That's how strong that repelling move is. Maybe he could turn on the repel without using the pause. Though it could also be just how strong he is. And you can't run because he just teleports to you. This is the thing I was worried about the most. Luffy uses all his energy. He's knocked out sleeping, moved. That tends to happen a lot. We've seen that happen a lot now. It's kind of a cool thing. I think this is the most episodes of a show I think I've ever watched. So going back, 300 episodes, like you think about every single time Luffy, we've seen Luffy win fights, obviously, right? And there's been some times where there's not somebody else to defeat, but we've also seen him get use all his energy and get knocked out or sleeping and I just had the worst feeling because we knew it's not like they hid that from us. We knew Kuma was on top of there the whole time. And it was just very obvious to me that he was going to come out at some point. It just made me think he must be observing, watching, because he could have easily jumped in at any point. That's another thing to think about. Like he could have jumped in and saved Moria, kind of like even before Moria beat them. He could have jumped in and then defeated them that way. So there had to have been a point why he would be observing and standing there in the background. It's very interesting. That's what makes it look like a bubble. Yeah. You know what? That reminds me of like a big energy, like Oh god, a spirit bomb. Like just a big bundle of energy all in one, or in this case, his technique. All air compressed into one energy ball. Instant KO. But he did say that he wouldn't get any satisfaction from killing them when they're weak like this. So what does he intend to do? He did get told to kill them, though. Is he someone that would go against orders? Oh, that is such a tiny shot. That can't be intended for all of them. Who is he aiming for? Zoro or... That'll never happen. That'll never happen. That will not happen. So if he gets Luffy, they'll be satisfied. At least one. What is he gonna do if they say no? Which there's no way they're gonna say yes. This is a bomb of shit. We already know. I mean, the theme of this show is friendship, and like they're not gonna sell out their captain like this, so they're not gonna give him up, even for their own lives. Fuck no. That's just pure loyalty. Even the people that that's Luffy, even the people that just met him, even these pirates that just met him are loyal to Luffy. What does that... It has to go somewhere, right? Or can he crush it? Is this gonna be a death? I'm getting those fucking vibes. Impulse bomb! Grab your asses and run! No. No! Is it a Is this gonna paralyze them, or is this... Oh no. Oh no. No. How do you survive this? We know this show goes on. There's what, like 1,000 episodes of this show? So how the fuck do they get out of this? Is Goku gonna somehow instant transmission over here and fucking bring them to another planet? This ain't DBZ. I have no words for this. I'm shocked. Should we just get a big game over? No! What the fuck? They just give us like... I can't even imagine people... Okay, I can't even imagine people that watched this when it came out. Like it's a... If this was like, oh, I'll see you in 3 months. Like, that's a game over screen. Part of me, like the reason why I was staying calm for a little bit was in my head. I was like, okay, I know they can't win. It's obvious. They obviously can't win. We know this. We could tell how strong he was, especially the way he was fighting. Zoro had no chance. If Zoro had no chance, then none of them were going to at this point. So I just feel like I just feel like there's no way. There's no way they were going to have any chance. But after this, where everything is just destroyed, where's the island? Something seems really fishy to me. Like there has to be something that we're missing, or I mean, it obviously it's showing that there's nothing there, right? But it could be just the view. They could be just tricking us in the way it's animated and shown. But I'm going through my head, what other possibilities how would they be able to survive this? This whole episode was just like, I know something has to happen, but I didn't think that, like, my thought was someone's gonna come and save them. Luffy's gonna somehow get up. Though I was kind of lesser percentage thinking that, or it was leaning more towards Kuma was gonna forgive them. But then, wanting Luffy there, and they said no. Oh, I don't know. Any possibility I can think of makes no sense other than them somehow being able to be like protected from that. It's a weird view, or the name of the technique originally made me think, like, right when he said the name, I was thinking, okay, maybe a shockwave, like they would be paralyzed or something, and then he could like take Luffy or something. That was my only thought process. But actually, if he destroyed the island, that makes no sense, because one, he's supposed to protect Moria, right? Because they don't want him dead right now. They said that. They said for now or whatever. They want him as a they need him still as a warlord. So it would make no sense for him to be dead. But Kuma is very, very fast. So he could, or fast or teleporting or whatever the case is. My thought process on that is it's either teleporting or fast. So either he's teleporting, and if it really is teleporting, then he's grabbing he could grab Moria. Who knows how far he could go though? But if he can really teleport, he could grab him and leave or something. But that would be the worst case scenario. But then how is the show still going? You know what I mean? Like, the whole thing makes no sense. I can't think of any other thing. This is a very interesting way to end an episode though. What was his intention there? Where did he send them flying from that attack? Or oh, I don't know why he'd do it, but did he do we saw him do that to the ghost girl earlier, like do some type of poof thing, like teleport or something? Did he do that to all of them in one move? And if he did, I can't tell. That has to be the explanation, because there's no other. But what's the purpose of doing that though? No, okay, he didn't do that. Oh, they also don't look. They look hurt, but so he didn't aim to kill. He put enough power in to knock them all out. It's like he knew exactly how much to do to grab Luffy. Oh. Holy. Everything's like a toy to him. Is there anyone to stop? Holy. What the fuck? Fucking Zoro was. How can Zoro still. What the. Is that motherfucker a time bomb? Maybe he's either a robot or cyborg, like Frankie. Oh, he's not even human. He's not human. That's phasers to kill. He must have partially evaded the blast. But if anyone was gonna do it, it was Zoro. We've seen so many different body shapes in this show. If this was like a different show and I saw that body type, I would have said cyborg or robot immediately. Cause what the fuck? Like the frame, but that's, I mean, in One Piece, that's like a normal frame. That you wouldn't even think twice. Like, we've seen so many body types, it wouldn't surprise me, but of course he's a fucking robot or a cyborg. You know what this feels like? End game, like an end of the battle in an RPG or something, and there's no way to win. I can't think of an example right now, but I'm sure you guys can. End of a game, you're not supposed to win the fight, but it plays like the boss is supposed to beat you. What was that, Chrono Trigger? I can't remember. That's what this feels like. Just one person standing up, usually the main character, but Zoro makes it. If Luffy's knocked out, it's freaking Zoro. So was he originally a human then? They mentioned his name before. That is the most purest of loyalty I've ever seen on a show. It's a lot to say it when it's not happening, but to do it when you know you're gonna die. Zoro is motherfucking number one. You can't have anyone better than that in your crew, like to that extent of loyalty. I will be fair to everybody else in the crew. If they were put in this position, I feel like they would do the same thing. If Usopp, if Sanji, anybody else was there, I believe it. You guys let me know what you think, but I believe that all of them would do the same thing as Zoro does here. I think the loyalty is that high. Their respect for their captain is so high that they would give their own head for them in this case, just to save Luffy. Yup. Sanji, he'd do the same thing. Oh, nope. Exactly what I thought. They're all willing to give themselves up. I love motherfucking character development. I am getting a fucking smorgasbord in this show of character development. I can't even ask for more. I know I'm pausing a lot in this episode. I'm sorry, guys, but I don't want to, like, these lines feel too important. Oh my God. I had a bad feeling it would come down to them fighting him, but them willing to give up their life for Luffy, because they just need a Straw Hat, right? So technically it doesn't have to be Luffy, though I would think it would probably be a bigger for them if it was. Why do I feel, is anybody else gonna come up there, or are those the only two that can stand? No, 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 no. Wait a second. Is Sanji actually? Are they taking Sanji here? Are they actually grabbing Sanji? Or Zoro's not gonna let him. But I also think Zoro feels like it's his responsibility. Luffy cannot move right now and he needs to protect him. It's weird. He seems more reasonable than other people we've met. Wait, what the? What the fu- What? Zoro's gonna take his literal damage, pain, suffering, everything. That's like the epitome of when you think about when you're in a command and you're willing to say, he was already willing to sacrifice his life. That is the definition of the extreme. Are you willing? He already said he's willing to sacrifice his life. So that he pretty much said, okay, you're willing to do that, right? Then do it. Literally putting all his pain on him. But that also makes me think, if anyone could last through pain, suffering, and could feel what Luffy's feeling, is Zoro. But that's the epitome of someone that taking the hit for your captain. The ultimate test of loyalty. One Piece just this whole arc has felt like there's been so many episodes which felt so comical and such like a joke, right? We like even the zombies and the way they were fighting. It's like One Piece wants you to keep you on your feet at all fucking times. Like it kind of lures you into this illusion of everything is fun and everything is like, even though there's threats, it's not really threatening. And then they fucking shove a goddamn pain on you and say, stab, bitch. Like, here's the pain, here's the suffering. Like, all in one. I probably look like a fucking insane person because it's 100 degrees in here. Or consume it gladly. All the pain Luffy's felt. If he's able to survive this, though, he would be the closest you could possibly be to your captain by feeling his pain. It's like the ultimate torture times 10 billion. Can he take it in pieces? He gave him a little bit amount. Can he take it in pieces? Just a little bit each time? I feel like walking into it would, all at once, would... Does that mean he well, he said dragon, so Luffy, and we found out that was Luffy's dad. Does that mean maybe there's some connection there? Maybe they were close? Maybe there's... I know these episodes, like, obviously they're not freaking telling us everything here, but I can't help but question and ask. It's just... Anyone new here? I apologize. I can't help it. It's driving me nuts right now. Is Zoro gonna change from this if he survives? I would think it's like the biggest experience of his life, and that's saying something. I'm really scared to look. I'm motherfucker. Zoro is the GOAT. He's the motherfucking GOAT. He's the fucking GOAT. He's the fucking GOAT. Is Zoro impossible to kill? Now, when I think about this, this is Luffy's gone through this. This is the one thing I do have to think of. Luffy, this is all Luffy's pain. Everything that Luffy's gone, it's all him. So I think in Zoro's head, if he couldn't deal with that and go through everything his captain can, then he doesn't deserve to be alive. I feel like Zoro is the type of person that would think like that. Just like he said, fucking nothing happened, meaning don't need to talk about it. It doesn't matter because this was my thing to do. I really thought they were going to take, like, that felt like they were going to take Sanji or take Zoro or something. I would have never been able to guess that type of like test, that type of, because that's what that felt like to me. That felt like a test for Zoro. I know Zoro took it like that because, like I said, if he couldn't handle everything his captain has felt, if he can't handle something his captain can, then he doesn't deserve to follow him and be alive there. Then that means that I really feel like that's Zoro's personality. That's how he is. We've seen this through and through, how he handled Usopp's, Usopp, wanting to conflict with Luffy and all of that situation. Every time he's handled something, he's done it this way. But now it's not just words. He was able to show he meant everything he said about loyalty and about how Luffy should act as a captain. He showed it right there, and he followed his own example. Everything he's been talking to everybody else, he followed it in that experience. And that I can't have any more respect for the man. I really do feel Sanji would have tried the same thing. Obviously he did. We saw him, but everybody else would have. But I think Zoro realized he's the only one that has a chance to survive it. Anything that they were going to do, he was the only one, and he had to. By being, the one next to Luffy, he had to be the one to do it because it's for Luffy. He's next. He has to be the one to do it. I absolutely love that. I feel like this is a prime example why I have been watching this show this long. How many episodes this is? I have been discouraged before with shows, like when it gets longer shows. It's one of those things where it's like a story really has to pull you in. I felt when I started this, I might burn out at one point because I got intimidated. It's the reason why I didn't watch it when I was younger, because I was intimidated by how long a show is. Like there's many. I mean, then also it was choice ninjas between between pirates, and I chose ninjas. But it's one of those things where it's very. I feel like this show has really showed me what true friendship, obviously that's a very good theme, but character development, I don't think we've seen some good ones in shows, and I have a hard time saying something is the best in something, right? Because but in that moment, I felt like I watched the best character development I've ever seen, like somebody grow. Like, we know, the thing is, I know Zoro that's his personality, but just showing that on screen like that, you couldn't have done it any better. I feel like first of all, excellent writing, because that is the best way to show that you are for your captain in the purest of loyalty. Like putting Zoro in a spot where it's literally the highest sign of loyalty to your captain you can give. And I love that Sanji was willing to do the same thing, at least to the extent of giving himself up instead of Luffy. But I love that Zoro was the one to do it. And I felt like that even when he was fighting, like, and another reason why I love this show so much is it's not the Luffy show. It's not just Luffy. And this is why I some things with DBZ and some other shows where it's centered, like, and they have such a good cast, but it's really centered on that main character to a fault sometimes. This show hasn't shown me that it's not like that. And I think that's why I have not burnt out and felt like driven to continue the show, because I'm so big on a big cast having character development for, and the back and forth and the friendships. And this show has shown that it's not just Luffy. It's all the characters, and Zoro is one of my favorites already, and seeing him doing like that, I swear it's hard to call somebody the GOAT, but I really feel like Zoro is that. He's come on in the clutch so many times and done so many things. I feel like I could talk about this for a while, but I'm sorry this has been so sprawled out and long, but I like I said in the reaction, I look like a nutcase because it's 100 degrees. My AC is like half broken or something. It's not working. So I feel like I'm getting heat exhaustion from sitting here with my lights. But it was I think this feels appropriate for these episodes, because the episodes made me fucking sweat. But anyway, if you guys watched to the end here, I appreciate it. I wanted to try to. I tried not to say, even though I did pause it a lot, I tried not to say my entire thought process until the end, because there was too much going on there to really express how much I was feeling during that. I gotta say, one of my favorite episodes of the show, and I'm seeing that's definitely the best Zoro moment. I have to say that's the best Zoro moment, 100%. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out these episodes early and uncut over on patreon.com/AJRich123. All my social media and links are down below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.